Founded in 1889, St. Leo is the third largest Catholic university in the United States. It currently serves more than 16,000 students in its online programs, at more than 40 teaching locations in 7 states, and at its university campus in Greater Tampa Bay.
They wanted you to push and test yourself.
I really enjoyed the learning experience.
It's a thriving community. It's one that you definitely want to be a part of.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
I sold my dream house to buy my first Domino's store.
I built my store with my bare hands.
I used my college savings to buy my store. It means everything to me.
But we've decided to tear them down.
We love what we do, but not where we do it. Come and see our remodeled stores when you carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Anyone can be the victim. Everyone can be the solution. It's on us to stand up and not stand by.
Because when you're a victim of sexual assault, no one should stand alone.
It's on us!
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Welcome into the Marion Bowman Activity Center. I am Eric Anderson alongside Tim Simpson as we get set for tonight's contest and opening tip between your St. Leo Lions and the visitors from University of Tampa. University of Tampa comes into this contest with a record of 18-6, 12-4 in the Sunshine State Conference. St. Leo comes in with a record of 10-15, 5-12 in the Sunshine State Conference. St. Leo losing their last time out here at the Bowman Center against Embry-Riddle, but that was a game in which Casey Wortley has 16.7 rebounds across 40 minutes, and Gina Brierley had 21 in that contest. So a couple players from the Lions, Tim, coming in off of some nice performances.
Yeah, they were really that dynamic duo that the Lions needed to kind of carry them. Unfortunately, Embry-Riddle is just, a very good team, as we see Casey Wortley get the first bucket of the game with an easy post look for her.
Yes, indeed. Stasia Tyder will lead the way for the Spartans tonight. She comes in averaging 14 points per game, as you see her with the turnover there. She had 15 in the first meeting between these two, and she had a double-double, 14 and 10 her last time out, and that was a contest, a 67-50 win over Rollins.
Yeah, but it was Malia Sullivan that really came to play. She had 25 points, very efficient shooting night, 10 for 14. Someone the Lions are going to have to watch out for.
Gina has it here, just 3 to go on the shot clock. Goes to the crossover, pulls up. Shot no good, and rebound comes to Stasia Tyder.
Fortunate for the Lions, it actually turned out to be a pretty good look being that late in the shot clock, but unfortunately it just didn't drop for them.
There's a drive here. Good cutoff. Another drive, shot no good. Rebound comes to Gallagher.
Good defense that time by Maddie Lang, just kind of getting a hand up and contesting a little bit. Just enough to force that shot off the mark.
Asia Royster, Maddie Lang, Alani Gallagher, Casey Wortley, and Gina Brierley, the starting 5 tonight for the Lions. As Gallagher has it here down low, she goes up with the left hand, no good. And able to steal it back. Now we'll pass out to Gina as St. Leo look to run some offense.
Yeah, good job that time by Law to fight for her own miss that time. Actually stole it, ripped it right out of the hands of Tampa.
Wortley fires from downtown and puts it up and in. So Casey Wortley with the first 5 in this contest and a 5-0 lead for the Lions.
Yeah, that's a good start for the Lions. They got a couple post-up looks, one for Wortley, one for Gallagher, kind of working that inside-outside game. And Wortley feeling it early is a good sign for the Lions.
It was a close contest the first time these two teams played, as Stasia Tyder with a nice left hand puts it up and in. UT was able to win that 59-46, but St. Leo in that contest had a good second half after kind of being down big in the first half and made it close. Gina has it here, just 6 to go on the shot clock. Kicks out to Asia, fires from downtown and puts it up and in. So Asia Royster getting it going from downtown.
Asia obviously not the best, perimeter shooter, but with that much room, she's not afraid to pull up from 3 and knock it down like she did right there.
Double team there on Stasia. And a foul called down low. I believe this one going against Maddie Lang. It is indeed on Maddie. Her first, team first. Shot on the way, no good, and rebound comes to Maddie, and she'll slowly bring it up to work some offense. There's Gallagher trying from downtown, no good. Long rebound comes to the Spartans. And good recovery defense there by Maddie Lang, poking that ball away.
Yeah, that was 100% hustle there. I like it. Kind of, show the bigs a couple post-up looks and then, allow the guards to drive inside and then kick it out to them. Law's three-point shot was just off the mark that one.
Good drive here, layup up and in. Nice move for Dory Nagy, the sophomore.
And Nagy isn't going to hurt you from the perimeter, so that's a bad closeout by Wortley. She's just got to come out a little bit lower, not so high, because that was an easy just layup for Nagy inside.
Yeah, I believe Dory Nagy's second on the team in scoring at 13.8 per game and just a sophomore. 3 on the way, up and in. Good looking shot there by Emily Ashu, the D1 transfer from Bradley. Casey with it now, comes up firing, misses everything, and rebound comes to Ashu.
Yeah, a little too much ISO, I think, on that possession for the Lions. You know, it's fine her shooting that jump shot, just shooting in rhythm, though.
And travel called there, and as you mentioned, Dory Nagy not going to really make you pay from downtown, and see kind of there on the travel as we come to immediate timeout. Lions up 1.
Every 6 seconds, a Domino's pizza lover's dreams are dashed by one Sally Soul Smasher in the group who wants a salad instead.
Eat a pizza once in a while.
Luckily, we love pizza so much, we're introducing salads to our menu, so nobody can veto pizza night. So tell those lettuce lovers, listen up. There's no reason to ruin pizza night now.
Order a medium 2-topping pizza and a delicious Domino's salad for only $5.99 each.
Pizza's good.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college.
And we are back here, Lions leading 8-7. 1 point led 8-2, but in the midst of a 2-minute scoring drought here, and now Spartans bring it within 1.
Yeah, Lions started off, out with a bang, making a couple of nice shots. Wortley with 5 points. Asia hit a 3 there after that 8-2 run you mentioned, and then Spartans battle back as Lions turned the ball over there.
Had to like that idea, though. Just a little too much on that pass.
Yeah, just a little too high, for Law to try to really go up that and corral it inside as we see a little 3-2 look, it looks like here.
And Ashu comes up firing and puts it up and in, and Emily Ashu, 2 threes here already, and third leading scorer for the Spartans.
And she shoots the 3-ball pretty well, 42%. She got the second most Manx on the team with 40 coming into today.
That is the Spartans' first lead of the contest. As Wortley goes to the fall away, no good.
Thought she might have got hit on the elbow there. Refs didn't see it that way, obviously.
And Nagy gets loose and puts it up and in. And good find by Tiger.
And if Gallagher's got a front like that, she's got to know that she's got backside support, waiting to come and help. There was no one there even close to her defender, and that was an easy bucket for the Spartans.
And Alani called for steps there. Shuffled the feet there on the pump fake. 12-8 score for the Spartans, rather, in the midst of a 10-0 run over the last 2:34. Looking to add to it, and they do. Count it and the foul for Dory Nagy.
And she's been really good as soon as conference play stepped in. Over 15 points a game in conference games. She's really stepped up her game and carried the Spartans to that phenomenal record they have at 12-4 in conference.
She is pure on the first. Leads the team in free throw attempts at 116, making 88 of them. So Post player who can shoot well from the free throw line is always a big key as Maddie Lang gets it to go there.
That's a big basket for the Lions. They really need to see one go through the hoop.
And answering quickly is Lauren Cote.
And again, that's just too easy. You know, if you're going to front like that, you got to know backside support's there. Royster just a little too slow on the rotation.
As Asia fires from downtown, comes up short. Gallagher with a little scoop shot underneath, can't get it to go, and Tampa comes back the other way.
Of course, I'm honestly a little surprised. I mean, I haven't seen a lot from the Tampa Bigs so far for the Lions to be going that three-quarter front. You know, just let them play straight up. And obviously, there was a mismatch there where, you know, Royster got stuck inside. But, you know, allow, I think, Gallagher and Wortley to play straight up and allow them to defend on the block. You know, they're both very capable defenders.
Mm-hmm. As Cote steps to the line, no good on the first. Cote enters the game as just a 36% free throw shooter, but a small sample size as she is a 4 of 11 coming in. And no good on the second. 7-point game here for the Lions. Approaching 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Wortley trying to get open in the post. Gina has to keep it alive though. She was falling out of bounds. Just 5 to go on the clock and a kickball called.
Yeah, kind of fortunate for the Lions there because they didn't really have anything to go with the possession. Obviously, the kickball resets the shot clock back to 15, gives them a little more time to work something of their offense.
As Gina has it up top, she'll look to drive, kick out to Gallagher, out to Wortley, just 5, and an offensive foul called.
Yeah, I mean something about that. You don't want Casey Wortley out there up top late in the shot clock trying to take a player one-on-one from beyond the 3-point line. You know, we have no problem with her mid-range trying to take her on one-on-one, but that's just too much time for the Tampa defense to collapse on her and make her make a bad decision like she just picked up the charge there.
That's 2 fouls on Wortley, so she'll have to sit as Olivia Lowe checks in. 10 to go on the shot clock now for the Spartans. There's a drive and a foul called. I believe that one's going to go against Olivia Lowe. Indeed it will.
Lion foul is called on number 30, Olivia Lowe, her first personal.
So that's not good. Obviously, Olivia just stepped in. Hasn't even registered a full minute yet, and she's already picked up a personal.
As Nagy Pure on the first. Dory Nagy now with 8 already. Here in this first quarter. And make it 9. Spartans lead now 19 to 10 in the midst of a 16 to 2 run. Since it was 8 to 2.
Had to stop the clock there. I don't think the shot clock started on time because it was at 29 seconds and Maddie was already over half court. I mean, she's quick, but I don't know if she's that quick.
As we have 1 minute remaining. As Gina fires away from downtown and puts it up and in. And man, do the Lions need that one.
Yeah, that's a big bucket. Hopefully get Gina going a little bit offensively. Not only with her shot, but her obviously playmaking ability is so important for this Lions team.
As I mentioned, Gina coming off a 21-point performance her last time out here Saturday night as shot up and in there for Chris Nelson.
Nelson's obviously not a player that's going to hurt you with a lot of perimeter jump shots, but if you double down you know, on the post of Tampa and you kick it out and she's got that much space, she will shoot it, as she showed right there.
Lions could really use a basket here. Send them into the second quarter with some momentum as Gina fires from downtown, no good. And Maggie's shot, no good. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Spartans on top by 8.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Domino's has a $7.99 Monday through Thursday carryout deal. But if you carried out Friday through Sunday, you might have felt bamboozled. So we're extending the deal to every day and giving people who paid more a little payback. Like the Smith family, who got free pizza for a year. They love pizza. We gave Brad a date with the Noid. You're welcome. And we gave Rajesh a nightlight. Payback. Go to pizzapayback.com for a chance to get yours. And carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99. Now, every day.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin. Or whether.
And we are back here. Lions trailing by 8 at the end of 1. As you really saw the Spartans come alive after the Lions had that 8-2 lead early on. They end the quarter on a 19-5 run.
Yeah, they really kind of did it, you know, with just great inside efficiency. You know, Lions kind of, you know, fronted inside as you see Nelson get right to the 10 through a 2-3 defense, and you don't see that very often. The player just weave in through a zone defense and you get an easy layup. But it was a lot of fronting by the Lions, and then the sides for Tampa just kind of took advantage of that, and they were peeling inside.
Foul call there, I believe, going against Stacia Titer. So that'll be Titer's first. Titer already with 3 assists so far tonight.
And that was the first foul, I think, on the Spartans for the game. It was.
So Olivia Lowe gets it going down low with a nice fall-away jumper.
She's really got a nice jump shot. It just it looks smooth. You know, it's good form, good fundamentals, and it's efficient, obviously.
As Nelson with a drive here, goes to the spin move and has her shot denied by Maddie Lang. Good defense.
Yeah, unfortunately, Maddie, did a great job. Just couldn't secure the ball after that. Stayed right with her though. And almost made the spin move with her.
Gallagher has it now down low. Delaney has her pass deflected. Leads to a Lion turnover, and Nelson will slow things down here.
And I think Delaney needs a little more confidence in her driving ability. Because she takes one more dribble, she's at the rim. She's already by her defender by the time she was looking to pass back. Because that's why that ball was picked off. As we see Titer get inside again and put another basket in.
The Spartans shooting 71% as a team in this game, 10 for 14.
It's not like the Lions are shooting bad off, they're 40%, but just, when your opponent's just putting up points in bunches.
Good job by Delaney Bernard, fighting to try to get her own rebound, but just ruled out of bounds there.
And I think in that spot, if Delaney makes a straight line to that basketball, because she knew Tampa was coming back, so she kind of got caught in between. She's like, do I go for it? Because I know I'm the last person back. I think if she goes for a straight line, she touches the ball, but then also ignores the contact, they're probably going to pick up an easy foul on Tampa if she just runs in a straight line to that basketball. Still a great hustler regardless, though.
See a drive here by a shoe. She goes up with the left hand, no good, and Lowe comes away with it. So Lions able to get a stop there. Wortley set to check back in with the 2 fouls on the next dead ball, so she'll have to be careful. Lowe comes up firing, shot no good, and rebound to a shoe.
A little bit of an off-balance shot that time by Lowe. Trying to obviously just repeat the result of her last jumper.
Stasia tighter with it now. She gets into the lane, puts it up with the left hand, and a nifty move by Stasia Tider leads to a Lions timeout. So we'll step away. Spartans up 12.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
These are Domino's all-new Parmesan-dusted, garlic-seasoned, and cinnamon-sprinkled bread twists. How did we come up with such a clever name? We'll never tell. Choose any 2 of Domino's new bread twists or medium 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each.
And we are back here. Lions trailing by 12 as the Lions in the midst of a 2.5-minute scoring drought here. Olivia Lowe with a drive. Has to kick back out to Worley with just 10 to go on the shot clock. Lowe comes up firing. Shot no good, and rebound out of bounds will go to the Lions, and that's a great play by Asia Royster, jumping in there, disrupting things, and stealing the possession.
Yeah, to keep that alive for sure. I think Olivia Lowe is settling for her jumper a little too much. Obviously, she made the first one. Now I've seen 2 misses in a row. Right there, she's got a great opportunity to throw a little ball fake and go by her defender. She is so much quicker than probably, I would say, 75% of the true forwards in the Sunshine State Conference. She can beat them off the dribble with ease.
Yeah.
She needs to take advantage a little bit of that. And she could have a big game here for the Lions.
Rebound comes out to Tider as Nagy drives. She'll be fouled by Lowe. But that is indeed on Olivia, which it is. That's her second now.
And Wortley's already out there with 2 fouls as well, so.
Her second personal, team first.
Coach Crucito might have to bring Gallagher in before too long.
Yeah, if not, you're probably gonna be running Tamara Sash out there before you know it.
And pure on the first is Dory Nagy, who's already now in double figures at 10.
She's pretty close to a double-double with 5 rebounds already, too.
And make it 11, just a sophomore, and great find for the Spartan team. As Wortley with a great pass to Asia, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, great backdoor cut that time by the Lions. Asia using her speed to get behind the defense and then just finishing with the reverse.
Gets the bench into it as they're chanting for defense. Shot clock down to 10 here. Is good job by Wortley telegraphing that pass, stepping in front of it and getting the steal.
Yeah, because she was actually on the left shoulder there, and as soon as the ball rotated, she slid around the defender all the way around, was able to, grab that pass.
You see Olivia with a nice move down low, able to draw contact, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and even though, Olivia Lowe is a little bit shorter than Lauren Cote, Cote obviously standing at 6'3", but she can use her athletic ability, kind of slide in the lane like she did right there and create that separation that way. You know, it doesn't always have to be over the top, which you think a lot of players, you know, like to use that athleticism for their leaping ability, but you can, you know, kind of leap horizontally as well and create that separation in space.
It was pure on the first, and Lions kind of just hanging around in there right now. I mean, with the Spartans shooting 65% and the Lions just 35. Not bad. There's a steal there by Maddie Lang. Extra pass by Asia. Should have just probably gone up with it, but Olivia comes up firing from downtown. That's no good.
Yeah, I don't know what Asia was thinking there. She had an easy layup inside, and she's like, I'm looking for the assist here. Gina, you take it.
Drive here. Good job by Asia defensively, cutting that drive to the basket off. Just 6 to go on the shot clock now for the Spartans as Nelson comes up firing from downtown. No good, and Stacia Titer there, I guess, knocked it off of Asia Royster to retain possession for the Spartans. As you could tell, it looked like Asia was just trying to box Titer out so the ball would go out of bounds to the Lions.
Yeah, instead it got played off of her. I think she was worried about trying to run to the corner and catch that ball and hold her momentum in bounds. You know, I think she was afraid she was going to fall out of bounds there, and that's why she didn't, you know, necessarily secure the possession. She just tried to, you know, as you said, box Tampa out of the way. Fortunately, it backfired on her.
And a shot there, no good. Put back up and in. Counted and the foul. Nagy now with 13. It can make it 14 at the line.
And Lions are just getting beat on the boards right now. 15-7, the rebounding margin. And obviously, there's still half the second quarter to be played.
Delaney Bernard will check back in, replacing Maddie Lang. And Worley will come back in for Tamara Sash, so Worley will be out there with the 2 fouls along with Olivia Lowe. Both will have to be careful, especially with Nagy doing work down low. And she finishes off the 3-point play.
I would say doing work down low and also do work at the free throw line. She's been pure.
Yeah, 6 for 6. Leads the team in free throw attempts over 100 and shoots about 77%, I believe. 76% actually. As here she has it, drops it off to Titer, who lays it up and in. So nice unselfish play there by Nagy, leaving it back for Titer.
And I think that's the right play, because I think if she tries to go up, she's a little bit off balance as she was kind of flying down the lane. Notice she had a teammate behind her, and as you mentioned, yeah, just kind of dropped her a nice little pocket pass.
Kick ball there. Just like that, the lead 15 for the Spartans. Lions just 1 for their last 7 from the floor. Wortley with a nice move down low, little shimmy shake, and goes off the glass.
I didn't know if I was watching Casey Wortley or Kimo Wadjala there. I mean, that was nice. Just shook the defender out of her shoes. Fortunately for them, Tampa's an answer down the other end.
Yeah, Emily Ashu with yet another 3. She's 3 for 3 for downtown, 9 points. There's a turnover there. And drawing contact and going to the line will be Malaysia Sullivan. As you mentioned, she's coming off a nice performance, I believe, over 20 in her last time out.
Yeah, 25 points for her on 10 of 14 shooting. She didn't even attempted a field goal yet, besides that one just barely, which she got fouled on.
She is pure on the first as Lonnie Gallagher will check in for Olivia Lowe, as you don't want her to pick up a 3rd foul here. It's rare when you see the pass back from the ref get away from the free throw shooter there.
Everybody has off days.
And Sullivan no good on the second. You know, in a weird way, it might be a little assist to the ref there, because sometimes he can throw you off your rhythm when you step away from the line like that.
That's true. Generally, if you make the first one, especially, you're just content to sit exactly where you are.
Right. It's 10 on the shot clock here as Bernard has her shot partially blocked. And a foul there on Montilla. That's the Lions' fourth foul as Wortley will now check out. Asia Royster will come back in.
So a really small lineup for the Lions. The guards are going to have to do a great job rebounding inside.
They have 4 guards and then Gallagher.
Obviously, the Lions don't have to deal with Nagy right now, but still a lot of good size out there for Tampa.
And shot there, no good. Rebound comes away to Gallagher as Gina looks to push.
Good board that time by Law.
Good drive by Gina, drawing contact, and she'll go to the line for 2. Crucial final 2:30 here in this first half for the Lions. You want to try to get this lead down to about, ideally, like 9 or 10, if possible, going into the half. Put yourself in striking distance. And Gina Strong there on the first. Gina, 63% free throw shooter on the season.
And unfortunately, the Lions just haven't been able to get in much rhythm offensively because due to foul trouble. You know, they got 9 fouls and just Tampa's 3 so far in the first half, and they've had to run out bigs left and right. So now they're obviously playing a 4-guard lineup.
A little full court look there from the Lions. Tampa able to break it.
So Strider has Maddie Lang, and they're going to go post her up right away.
Good defense there by Maddie, trying to hold her own there and poke that ball away on that entry pass to Stasia Titer.
And that's what they're going to have to do, especially if the guards are going to get posted up. Like right now, it's Titer on Brierly. Now they get the mismatch inside. Cody's on Brierly.
And Stasia comes open for 3 and puts it up and in. So Stasia Titer now with 11 points. One of 2 Spartans already in double figures, and a shoe almost there in her own right with 9. As Gallagher goes up, has her shot blocked. A shoe loses the handle. Asia dives for it. Able to get the possession back for the Lions here.
Good hustle again by St. Leo. Try to keep a couple extra possessions alive.
Ten on the shot clock here for Gina. Gina's got to make something happen if a foul called there on the loose ball.
I think they're going to get Gina for it. That's a tough foul for the Lions. Obviously, they're 5th, so that means Tampa not going to the line for a pair of free throws.
Tampa shoots their free throws well as a team, 73% as a team. Stasia Titer, 72% on the year. And no good on the first.
Casey Wortley returns the Lions lineup.
Casey Wortley will check back in for offensive purposes here.
And that's kind of a dangerous move because obviously Wortley could get stuck on the floor. She could pick up her 3rd on the final minute 15 here.
Maddie there drives, has her drive cut off. Wortley will set the pick for Asia. Now she'll pop out to the three-point line, misses everything. Asia tries to save it. Actually, will be knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Lions. 2 to go on the shot clock, though. So they'll have to fire fast here.
If you're the Lions, you catch it, you pump fake right away. If they leave their feet, you jump right into them. Because Tampa, knowing that there's not much time, is going to try to jump into them.
Maddie fires. No good off the front of the rim, out of bounds. We'll go to the Spartans.
Unfortunately, the defender was so far off that, Maddie had no one to pump fake.
Yeah. About a 14-second difference here between shot and game clock. Stacia Titer with it down low. Nice move there against Maddie Lang. Puts it up and in, and Titer with 14 now.
Don't go anywhere at halftime. We're going to have an interview with Jason Scotch, head coach of the volleyball program.
As down to 7 seconds here as Gallagher drives, and she is fouled, so Lonnie will go to the line here with a chance to put a couple in for the Lions before the half.
And I feel like that's honestly what the bigs for St. Leo can do a little more in the second half, is try to drive past these Tampa bigs and get them into foul trouble a little bit. You know, draw the contact inside. I think for the majority, you know, St. Leo forwards are a little bit quicker than Tampa's, so they can drive inside and try to get body contact.
And Gallagher here on the second. Just 3 to go here for the Spartans. And good defense there by Lions, not allowing the last second shot, as that brings us to the end of the half. Lions down 20, and stick around for that interview coming up in a minute.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
The campus has really grown tremendously. Everywhere you look, there's always people putting in new things. The design they crafted for the buildings is tremendous.
After graduation, stepping foot on campus is different. It's just unbelievable.
We just want to help each other, and St. Leo makes that easy because we're such a tight-knit community. We're all in this together.
St. Leo gave me so much. So if I can help St. Leo continue to grow and meet its goals, that is something that I'm very excited to do, and I'm very passionate about it.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Every 6 seconds, a Domino's pizza lover's dreams are dashed by one Sally Soul Smasher in the group who wants a salad instead.
Eat a pizza once in a while.
Luckily, we love pizza so much, we're introducing salads to our menu, so nobody can veto pizza night. So tell those lettuce lovers, listen up. There's no reason to ruin pizza night now.
Order a medium two-top.
To court and lane. To lane under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. With exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours. The home of Division II college sports.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Back here at the Marion Bowman Activity Center, at the score at half is Spartans 44, Lions 24. And now I'm joined by the volleyball head coach, recently hired, Jason's coach. Coach, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So obviously, you're still pretty new to St. Leo. So how do you think you're, adjusting to things so far?
Good. Every school does things a little bit different, and so the biggest thing is coaches call it like being institutionalized. So I've been used to a certain way, and so as I've moved here, I've had to realize that schools are just different, and so it's not just the athletic administration, it's how the school does stuff here. So every day I feel like I'm in a crash course for finals, and so I really am. I'm learning a ton right now, and so it's been good. I've actually, some of it's nice, refreshing changes, but it's different.
So obviously, since the last time we spoke, you've been able to, spend some time with the team now. What are your kind of impressions of obviously your current roster?
So I'm inheriting some really good, players, but there's a ton of potential. So, just to cut to the chase is some of these girls have very high ceilings. So my question to them has been, why aren't we near that ceiling? So the idea is this team has a lot of potential, but it's like we're watching this basketball game, and you realize our girls are good, the guys are good, you look at this league and it's very unforgiving.
Mhm.
And so I'm just using this spring, actually starting next week, we're going to be working mainly on how can we change some behaviors and goal setting to find a way of realizing this. I have some girls that honestly by the end of their career we could have 3 All-Region, 3 All-Americans, and they're at different ages, but like, so there's some good things, really good things.
So obviously, with you being the director of volleyball operations, you also kind of, oversee beach volleyball. Obviously, that's coming right around the corner. I'm sure you kind of worked hand in hand with, head coach, or assistant coach for beach volleyball, Eric Peterson, quite a bit. But obviously, the beach season is coming right around the corner.
Yeah, and so they have a tournament this weekend at Stetson University, and so a lot of the girls that were in indoor are playing in beach. Eric's done a really good job. He's training them, and I watched, when I got down here, I watched the first couple of practices and wanted to see how he does things, and he has become, he's helped with indoor, and he's been an indoor coach for years. But he has become truly specialized with beach, so he has an extra level of knowledge I think the girls will feed off of. And so, the program just started a year ago, and so he's got 4 standalone girls. By next year, we're looking at the recruiting together, and he's got 8. We're about to finish 2 more girls out that'll be beach only. So like next year, if someone drove out to the volleyball courts now, they'll see 2 courts used at a time for training, maybe 3, okay? Because they got about 10 kids. And you play with 10, you have 5 sets of doubles. Next year, the beach team will conceivably have 20 girls out there at the practice, moving and shaking. And so it's really going to start taking off next year. So there's 2 more girls that our offers are out. And then at that point, maybe get 1 more or 2. And then I'm encouraging all the pin players in indoor, so the outside hitters, right sides, and the DSs and setters. I'm encouraging them all to play beach because it's good for their mindset. They have to do all the contacts, every position, but it gets them a break from indoor. And then I'll bring them in for an hour or 2 each week and do specialized stuff with the indoor game. But I think it's good for their IQ. So literally, we're going to go from the beach scene right now is just a couple courts. And like next year, that whole beach facility that was built will be packed. So it's on an upward trend.
And that obviously, by doing that, not only having the recruiting, the kind of specialized beach kids, but also having the indoor players too. Obviously, that creates competition, and competition at any level, Yeah.
So Eric and the girls are struggling now is because there's 10 girls, 10 are going to play.
Yeah.
And all the girls are working hard and doing good, but everyone, if you'll admit it, everyone does better with someone breathing down your neck for that spot. And so when next year, and then I'm going to have to get more heavily involved, because then when the girls that don't make the cut, they're going to have their practices.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's going to be fun next year because it'll be, I've been at universities with big tracks, right? Programs. And so, you leave 20 runners back, or like a football program, right? You leave 20, 30 guys back. And so those guys, when they're back home, man, they're busting and pushing it because they're trying to climb up that rank so they can go with the travel team. So I'm, like I said, it's trending upwards. I'm pretty excited next year, but everyone does better with competition. No one wants to admit it, but it's true.
Yeah. Well, Jason, I appreciate you coming on and taking some time with us, and we'll catch up down the road.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
All right.
Founded in 1889, St. Leo is the 3rd largest Catholic university in the United States and currently serves more than 16,000 students. They study at its university campus in Greater Tampa Bay, through its online programs, and at more than 40 teaching locations in 7 states, boasting small class sizes, academic excellence, and state-of-the-art technology. St. Leo is a thriving community you definitely want to be a part of.
I never knew what my kids were trying to say. I wanted to respond, but I just didn't know what to type.
I didn't know what to say. I just replied BRB and hope they don't text back. Ooh.
What if they take my kids away from me?
Millions of people just like this struggle every day with emoji illiteracy.
But at Domino's, we want to help change that. As strong supporters of emoji literacy, we're working to create an emoji-literate America. We've even made it possible to order pizza by texting or tweeting an emoji. But it's just not enough. We've got to do more.
That's why we created these emoji flashcards, and we're making them available for free online so you or your friend can get the help you so desperately need. Together, we can change the world, one emoji at a time.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
These are Domino's all-new Parmesan-dusted, garlic-seasoned, and cinnamon-sprinkled bread twists. How did we come up with such a clever name? We'll never tell. Choose any two of Domino's new bread twists or medium two-topping pizzas for $5.99 each.
Founded in 1889, St. Leo is the third largest Catholic university in the United States and currently serves more than 16,000 students. They study at its university campus in Greater Tampa Bay through its online programs and
we are back with the start of the second half here. Lions trailing big, but trying to fight their way back. As Wortley goes up, shot no good. Tampa comes back the other way.
And I think a big key in that first half was just the Lions are really efficient shooting, or excuse me, the Spartans are really efficient shooting the basketball. You know, over 60% from the floor. I mean, that's tough to say in really any game when your team's scoring that well, but then also the rebounding, 21-10. Spartans out rebounding the Lions.
And as I mentioned too, the Lions just 29% in that first half. What do you think they could do to try to bounce back and get some better looks as Gina comes up firing?
You know, it's really tough because I felt like they had a couple of good looks inside. You know, when they got the ball to Wortley and Gallagher down low, but you know, since then they've gone away from that a little bit. And you know, just credit Tampa. You know, they're creating a lot of ball pressure, getting the Lions, you know, late in a lot of shot clocks and forcing them, you know, to make tough decisions. Late in the shot clock.
As good pump fake there by Nelson. Doesn't lead to anything though, as there's just 10 to go on the shot clock now for Nagy here, and she has the ball poked away. Now just 3 seconds. Her shot's blocked by Casey Wortley, and good defensive stand there by the Lions.
Yeah, good job by Wortley, knowing that the shot clock's winding down. So as soon as they went to that step back, she closed out with a high hand, was able to get it blocked. I think the Lions defensively, I think obviously in that first half, Tampa got a lot of easy layups inside because of the fronting. I think if the Lions can just get a little bit quicker rotation on the defensive end, I think they'll be all right. As you see, Eugenia just kind of got the ball stuck on her hip there and then got called for the travel.
That is the 7th Lion turnover. Turnover was almost identical. Lions with 7, Spartans with 6, but Tampa with 12 points off those turnovers to just 5 for the Lions. As Shot there, no good. Rebound comes to Nagy.
And that's great defense by Wortley, but the Lions gotta do themselves a favor and just close out the possession with the rebound.
Good job there by Wortley. Now starting to sag off of Nagy. Don't let her get to the basket as the shoe there is fouled by Maddie Lang.
Lion foul, number 1, Maddie Lang, first, second personal. First.
Bench chanting for defense here. About 12 to go here on the shot clock for the Spartans. As Stacia Titer comes up firing. And that was just her first miss of the game. She was a perfect 7 for 7 in that first half.
Jeez, I feel like you should have mentioned that a little bit earlier. that miss would have came a little bit earlier there in that first half. Lions did a much better job with the bigs cutting through, meeting them high, like right on the free throw line. Alani Gallagher and Casey Wortley were meeting those cutters high on the free throw line, not allowing them great post position. And right there, they didn't have one good, post-up look.
So Alani Gallagher will step to the line. Shooting two. Alani just a 58% free throw shooter on the season. Led the team in attempts for most of the year until Gina actually passed her recently. Now second on the team in attempts as she is pure on the second.
And it's honestly a little bit surprising, because Alani Gallagher has such, a nice jump shot that she struggles from the free throw line.
And they're a knock away, and the Lions force a turnover. Asian nearly gives it right back, but Wortley able to corral it.
Yeah, good job by Wortley just getting the ball to Maddie Lang and let him slow it down a little bit.
Wortley picks up her dribble, has to pass to Maddie Lang, tries to get it down to Gallagher, who gets it to Gina, who just can't get the layup to go, and loose ball comes to the Lions for another reset. Bit fortunate there after the backdoor cut didn't work.
Yeah, I feel like Gina, there was just a lot of traffic when she had to catch that bounce pass, so I think she kind of rushed the shot a little bit, afraid it was going to get blocked. And obviously that's why she resulted in a miss. Fortunate for the Lions, they got it back.
Gallagher kicks out to Wortley, who can't get it to go from downtown. Gallagher gets the rebound, gets it to Gina, who leaves it short. And out of bounds will stay with the Lions. St. Leo now just 3 for 13 from downtown tonight. Gina had a little ball fake, decides to pass to Asia, who drives and can't get it to go there. So shooting woes continue for the Lions. Now just 8 for 33 tonight. As Stacia Titer able to draw contact and should go to the line for two.
I think that's going to be on Royster, not Wortley. Oh, no, it is going to be on Casey. I thought, when she allowed the up and under move, obviously with her length, she spun back with that right arm. Thought she was able to just grab ball there, but apparently, they felt like there was enough body contact. Down on the other end, though, I want to mention, when Casey Wortley or Lonnie Gallagher is kind of right at that free throw line in a 1v1 situation, the two wing players need to go down and screen away. Because as soon as they just stand there, their defender leaks into the paint, and then Law is not able to beat her man one-on-one off the dribble like she can. She can beat a one-on-one if there's space. But with the wings out there, they're not providing her enough space to get inside. As you see Wortley go to work down low and draw the foul.
Yeah, Casey with just 7 points tonight, and she had the first 5 of the game. As we've reached immediate timeout, Lions down big.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
And we are back here. Lions trailing, but Casey Wortley stepping to the line for 2 big free throws here. Try to chip into this lead. Lions shooting just 24% to the Spartans 59. Spartans also winning the rebounding battle 25-15 as Casey gets the first to go. And Casey can't get the second. So lead is 20 for the Spartans. Shot there, no good. Rebound comes to Gallagher. And if the Lions can get this lead down to about 12 going into the fourth, you never know. Maybe get it down to 10 or 12, which is doable with 4:16 to go, but you can't have turnovers like that.
Yeah, Wortley just, went to spin back to the right hand and just kind of lost it. Would have been slippery hand. She kind of looked down like as if, just had a little sweat on him.
Lions showed a little full court pressure there, but Spartans were able to break it. And a travel call there going against Nagy. And Nagy had that 14 points early into the second quarter and hasn't scored since.
Yeah, they've held her in check. And she didn't like that call, but yeah, she was dragging that pivot foot right from the get-go when she caught the ball.
Gina now looking to post up against the shoe, and now we'll set a screen for Law to get open down low in the post, but they look towards Asia. She kicks out to Maddie, who comes up firing and knocks it down. So good possession there by the Lions, getting the basket out of Maddie Lane.
Yeah, that's a big basket. She's made a couple of those so far. Making a big basket when the Lions really need it. Obviously, that brings it within 18. Now they need to stop on the defensive end.
Nagy trying to step back in the goal post, can't get it as Nagy sneaks in for that rebound and gets the Spartans an extra possession as Emily Ashu will lose the handle and turn it over to the Lions.
And that extra possession was kind of created by the good drive by Tampa, because as soon as they did, Casey Wortley had to come over and help, and that allowed Nagy to slide in behind her to grab that offensive rebound. Now, fortunately for the Lions, obviously Tampa turned it over, but it was good ball penetration that allowed that second opportunity inside.
And a blocking foul called there, so that is the third foul against Tampa as a team. Wortley trying to post up against Tighter. They look towards Asia instead. Asia kicks to Gallagher, back to Royster, and she's called for steps.
Yeah, I think she gets away with that in the NBA, but it's like a one too many there. I think she thought she was a little bit closer to that three-point line, and it would have been two steps, but instead she took that third, and the Fishers caught her for it.
Now the full court pressure again by the Lions. Spartans able to break it. Stasia Tighter will feature Nagy down low, and she'll be fouled by Wortley, and
it's gonna be her fourth.
Yeah, so Olivia Lowe will have to come in for Casey Wortley here.
I'm honestly kind of surprised we didn't see Olivia Lowe a little bit earlier here in the second half, knowing that Wortley did have three for the majority of that third quarter.
Stasia Tighter now with the top of the key. Looks down to a shoe, gets it down to Nagy, and Nagy's fouled, so she'll go to the line for two. Looking for her first points in a while here. She steps to the line. She's a perfect 6 for 6 tonight. And make it 7 for 7. Abby Zaitsev will check in. And Nagy Pierre on the second. As Abby checks in, gotta give a shout out to her dad, Adam Zaitsev, who checks out all the games from down in Dallas, Texas, and had the privilege of talking to him in the last game, and doesn't miss a broadcast, so thank you for supporting the Lions as always.
Trying to get Olivia post up, but they finally get the foul on McClure there.
Olivia looks to post up here. And counted and the foul. So good work there by Olivia Lowe.
And I think that's a big mismatch inside. Obviously, we haven't seen a whole lot of Julia McClure in this game. So Olivia, went right to work in the post and was able to use the contact, kind of set herself in the air, and then finish it off.
As she is here on that one to complete the three-point play. Olivia Lowe, she's just a freshman, but doesn't play like a freshman. A good drive there, count it, and the foul. And a little scoop layup there by Chris Nelson.
Just when the Lions get a big bucket on the offensive end, they just can't seem to get a stop on the defensive end. And it's just those plays, those emotional plays that really, kind of drain you a little bit.
And Nelson can't complete the three-point play. See what the Lions can do here as we approach 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Olivia calling for it again, falls away, shot up and in. Olivia Lowe coming alive here late. As you mentioned, a little surprising we didn't see her earlier in the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's a good talent offensively. I mean, that's for sure. Especially with this mismatch with McClure now inside. Maybe a tenth of a difference between shot clock and game clock.
Nagy there can't get it to go, and Lions come away with it here, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So Lions chipping away, but still got a lot of work to do as we head towards the fourth.
I sold my dream house to buy my first Domino's store.
I built my store with my bare hands.
I used my college savings to buy my store. It means everything to me.
But we've decided to tear them down.
And we are back here. Lions trailing by 17. But trailed by as many as 22, but kind of trying to chip away at it here, but a lot of work left to do getting into this fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, a lot of work to do there, but it's got to start on the defensive end. The Lions have shot a little bit better so far here in the second half, but it's got to start defensively. Alex Button getting her first minutes in quite some time. She's got the brace. It's pretty obvious on that left lower part of her leg.
Good defensive possession here by the Lions as a shoe can't get it to go, but Nagy able to get a rebound, put it up and in. She now has 18 points to go with 10 rebounds, so double-double for Nagy.
Yeah, and that's tough. Obviously, at the defender, he's already beat you for box-out position, or for rebounding position.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to box him so far underneath the basket that there's no chance they can get it in.
Good drive there by Asia Royster, getting those 2 points back. And a quick timeout taken. So we'll step away. Lions still fighting.
This is the University of Tampa.
So I don't think they got the timeout because the ball was inbounded, obviously, to Tampa before they get the timeout called. Kind of still works out actually for the Lions because they allowed them to set up their defense, which is what head coach Anthony Cristeta wanted to do.
Yeah, as you saw there, not quite sure if you saw it before the break or not, but Coach Cristeta was actually out by half court, almost.
So now I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe it's a shot clock situation. Officials are converging and they're now confirming the inbounds location, which is pretty much right to the edge of that coaching line.
Refs say we're good to go. And it's good steal there by Alex Button, but couldn't quite keep it in bounds. Good deflection, though, and good effort. We got a foul called there. I think going against Alex Button.
I really thought Cody traveled there.
I think that's what Alex Button was kind of laughing off there on that foul call.
She kind of caught the unexpected pass from Nelson and then just shuffled the feet.
Coty fires, no good. Rebound to Olivia. And Lions pushing it up court quickly there, kind of feeling the urgency as Gina fires from downtown, no good. That would have been a big one there to cut it to 14 if she had made it.
I like that thought process though, kind of get the ball inside, fake the handoff as Gina thought, obviously the defender thought Gina was coming through, and then she steps back for an open three, just didn't knock it down.
There's a pull up there by Nagy. My goodness. Dory Nagy, the tough shot there. And if she can get that to go consistently, she'll really be unguardable.
I was going to say, we pretty much said in the first half, just let Tampa's, bigs shoot jump shots because they haven't done it, all game long. And then Nagy, she just, Kevin Durant's that from the free throw line. Gets to her spot and pulls up.
Dory Nagy now with 20 points to go with 10 rebounds, 2 assists.
And she's been efficient, 60% from the field and a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line.
Casey Wortley will check back in with the 4 fouls as Gallagher hits the ground hard, but go to the line for 2 free throws.
Fouls called on number 32 for the Spartans, Lauren Cote, her 4th personal team first. Lonnie Gallagher, shooting 2.
And Gallagher Pure on the first. Maddie Lang will check back in as Alex Button will sit. And Gallagher Pure on the second. So this time a timeout is taken by Coach Crisido. It is a media timeout, so we'll step away.
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Anyone can be the victim. Everyone can be the solution. It's on us to stand up and not stand by.
Because when you're a victim of sexual assault, no one should stand alone.
It's on us.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Every 6 seconds, a Domino's pizza lover's dreams are dashed by one Sally Soul Smasher in the group who wants a salad instead.
And we are back here. Lions trailing by 17 with 7:27 remaining in the 4th quarter of play. See the Lions with a little full court look. Spartans able to break it again rather easily. Wortley back on the bench with 4 fouls as Olivia Lowe is back in. Emily Ashu comes up firing, leaves it short. Rebound comes to Maddie Lang.
And I like that defensive pressure that time by the line. They literally sent a double out of nowhere, and it threw Tampa off their tracks and didn't know what to do with the ball. They eventually got it down low to Nelson, who had a pretty good look before she got triple teamed and had to give the ball up for a tough shot.
And Olivia Lowe called for the offensive foul there and the push off. That's her 3rd. Cleaning up a wet spot there on the floor. Nagy tonight, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. And Stacia Titer not to be outdone either, 17 points, 3 assists, and a couple boards herself. So couple great performances from the two leading scorers as Montia Moon gets a steal. And a foul called. So she is called for the foul.
Yeah, it looked like she really telegraphed that pass, picked it off, and then obviously just the body contact was kind of a follow-through of the play. Unfortunately, the official thought it was enough to alter the play, and Mott picked up the foul, just her second.
Double team thrown out there tighter. Now they get it down low. Good poke away by Maddie Lang, and Gina comes away with it. And a foul called there on the shoe, denying the fast break.
Obviously, that's a decent foul if you're Tampa. You know, don't allow them to get out and run and get an easy point. It's just their second, but at the same time, you know, with women's basketball in the college level, you know, 5 fouls in the quarter puts them at the line shooting 2. So, you know, that'd be one easy way for the Lions to get back into the game. You know, just draw fouls and score while you get the clock stopped. And there's another one inside.
That is going against Nagy, and that's her first. So, see what the Lions can do here. They have to basically be flawless the rest of the way as Gina with a nice drive there. Cuts the lead to 15, so you never know, but gotta play great basketball the rest of the way to try to make this miracle comeback happen. Just 5 on the shot clock for the Spartans as the shoe fires from downtown, comes up short, and over the back foul there on Nagy. So Nagy with 2 quick fouls. A little momentum on the side of the Lions for the first time tonight.
Yeah, down 15, that's Tampa's 4th foul. So now, you know, any foul from here on out, Lions will be shooting 2 free throws at the line. And they picked up 3 fouls within a span of about a minute.
Olivia Lowe can't get the 3 to go. Ball poked away, though, will stay with the Lions. Casey Worley trying to post up against Nagy. Now they get it to her. Loses the handle, though. Gina kicks out to Casey. Good pump fake. Fires from downtown. Just a bit strong. And great job by Maddie Lang coming in to poke that out to Wortley.
And that's exactly what you need out of the guards. You know, you need everyone crashing for boards right now if you're to get back into it.
And a foul there, so free throws coming.
So let's see if Law can channel that clutch gene a little bit and knock down a pair here. You know, you obviously mentioned her free throw percentage coming in just over 50%. But again, I feel like she's just such a much better free throw shooter than what she actually is.
And we've reached a media timeout. So we'll step away. Lions not done yet.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
And we are back here. Lions trailing by 15, but Gallagher stepping to the line for 2 free throws. You know, with 4.5 minutes left, if you cut it down to 13, it's not impossible.
Yeah, it's doable for the Lions, especially, since they've really ramped it up on the defensive end. They've been showing a little full court pressure, but then they're not relaxing after that. As soon as Tampa gets in their offensive set, they'll just send a random double team, and it literally comes out of nowhere. Kind of throws Tampa off their rhythm a little bit, and then they panic with the basketball.
Gallagher Pure on the first. And Pure on the second, so 13-point game. The Lions turning up the pressure defensively in the backcourt. Spartans got to get it across half court and do. Spartans, of course, in no hurry to run offense. They will bleed that clock each time. Nelson has to drive. Kicks out, 3 on the way, up and in, and man, is that a backbreaker there.
That's a huge shot for the senior, Julia McClure. Coming up, we saw her get beat a little bit defensively against Olivia Lowe, but the senior coming up with a huge shot, kind of killing that momentum for the moment for the Lions.
Taking all that time off the clock, too. Just 8 on the clock now as there's a turnover for St. Leo. Seems like just that fast. You take a lot of time off the clock, you get a big 3 to go. And might have sealed the fate as the good block there by Asia Royster on Nagy. To go on the shot clock here for Stacia Tider. As she drives, goes over the left hand, can't get it to go. Maddie Lane comes back the other way quickly here. Good find by Gina to Gallagher as she has her shot blocked.
She just needs to go straight up with it there. She kind of turned, she squared her shoulders around and then tried to go up with the right hand. That allowed Tampa enough time to recover to get the block. What a bullet pass, though, from Gina, though, on the money.
Great passes. Spartans take a timeout here, so we'll step away and be right back after this.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Domino's has a $7.99 Monday through Thursday carryout deal. But if you carried out Friday through Sunday, you might have felt bamboozled. So we're extending the deal to every day and giving people who paid more a little payback. Like the Smith family, who got free pizza for a year. They love pizza.
We gave Brad a date with the Noid.
You're welcome.
And we gave Rajesh a nightlight.
Payback. Go to pizzapayback.com for a chance to get yours and carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 now, every day.
And we are back here. Spartans trying to inbound. Get it into Nelson. Spartans came into this contest third in conference play via tiebreaker. Tied identical records with Eckerd as Stacia Tider knocks it down from downtown. As she now also at 20 points to join Nagy, tied for the team lead.
And if that wasn't a backbreaker, that was.
Stasia Tyder, very efficient game. 8 of 10 from the floor for those 20 points. 3 assists, 3 rebounds.
Yeah, this Tampa team, they're a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. I mean, Sullivan led the team last game with 25 points. She literally has 1 field goal attempt for 1 point, and Tampa's up by 19, or 18 now.
As Gina can't get the second to go. You know, it doesn't get any easier for St. Leo after this, as they got the best team in the conference and one of the best teams in the country for that matter, Florida Southern, up next a week from tonight here in the Den. Florida Southern 21-3, 14-2 in the Sunshine State Conference.
Yeah, top 25 team.
Stasia Tyder, no good on that one, and they're able to get a reload here.
Line foul, number 1, Maddie Knight, her fourth personal, team 4.
This loss will make it tough on the Lions to try to get that 8th and final playoff spot away from Barry in the standings.
Yeah, they really needed probably this one tonight, because obviously Florida Southern's going to be a tough one. And if Barry just wins one more, you know, even if Lions beat Barry down in Miami Shores, it might be a little too late, unfortunately, for the Lions, who made the Sunshine State Conference, you know, the last couple of years with a couple of special runs late. You know, they just, you know, I believe it was last year where they beat, you know, nationally ranked Rollins on the road that kind of started that effect. Then they beat Nova here at home, Barry, and then they just kind of rolled through a couple of conference opponents, got some big wins, and, you know, snuck in the tournament as the 8th seed last year. Unfortunately, just not the case this year.
And just having such a tough road of it, too, when you think of it, over their last stretch. I mean, they had to play Embry-Riddle, who's in 4th, then Tampa, who's in 3rd, and Florida Southern, who's in 1st. So, really rough scheduling.
Yeah, those middle-of-the-pack teams, too, like, you know, Nova and Lynn, you know, a couple of losses there. You know, a 9-point loss to Nova, and then a 6-point loss to Lynn here at home. Just, you know, those are the games, you know, you need to be obviously competitive in, which the Lions were, but, you know, you need to pull out at least, you know, half of those probably to be successful, especially in this conference. It's just so good.
Yeah, just one of the best in the country. Is you always see so many Sunshine State teams just making that top 25 rankings nationally. As Gina drives there, lays it up and in.
I mean, it's not the Conference of Champions for no reason. Obviously, with over 100 national championships that the conference is represented, you know, it's really remarkable what this conference as a whole, you know, has done across, you know, every sport, whether it's soccer or volleyball, basketballs. I mean, you know, it seems like we're pumping out baseball, you know, talent, you know, every single year. If it's not us, it's Tampa. If it's not Tampa, it's Nova. If it's not Nova, it's Florida Southern. You know, the list goes on and on. I mean, pretty much the entire top 10 is more or less filled out of SSC members when it comes to golf as well. I mean, Sunshine State Conference is a really, really deep and competitive conference, and really no matter what sport you're talking about. I mean, I guess besides football, seeing how there's only one school with football, it's Florida Tech, and they represent the Gulf South for them. But
and Zaitsev gets a 3 to go. Good 3 there by Abby Zaitsev. Cut the lead down to 13 with 56 seconds left, and fortunately, maybe just a little too late, but will look better on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that was a deep 3 there from Abby. You know, she was 4 to 5 feet off that three-point arc. She made it look easy.
You know, we got the men's game up next, and in that contest, UT comes in 12-12, 6-10. St. Leo 12-13, 9-8 in the Sunshine State Conference. And, you know, surprisingly a down year for the UT men, as usually they have a pretty good program. But St. Leo really trying to keep pace as they're a half game behind Berry for that fifth seed, actually, rather, in the Sunshine State Conference standings, trying to maybe sneak in there, and they might be able to catch Eckerd for that 4th seed.
Yeah, they would have to win out to catch Eckerd. Unfortunately, Eckerd has a couple easier opponents later in the year that should probably secure him that 4th seed. But, you know, it's not out of the question for the Lions to potentially host a quarterfinal game here at the Bowman Center.
Just would need some help, but even then, even if you get into that 4-5 matchup, at least you give yourself kind of a better opponent there in that opening round. And of course, though, as we mentioned, any team really is tough in this Sunshine State Conference.
Yeah, I mean, I really think the Lions, you know, can play with just about anybody. You know, the men's team is just, it's a really interesting team because you feel like some nights, they don't really have it. Then other nights they're right there. You know, they lost to Nova, who was 9th at the time, right here at home by 8. They only lost to them by 11, down in Fort Lauderdale. And they were in that game late. You know, the 11-point lead or 11-point difference is not even close to, what was indicative of how the game went.
And then even then, the game before that here at home when they were playing number 14 Lynn, they only lost by 3, and they led for most of that contest. So had a win earlier in the year, 69-65 over West Florida, who was ranked 9th in the country at the time. So as you mentioned, they can really hang with anyone. And
yeah, 3-point loss to Florida Southern in the game that they were in control of that first half. I mean, they nearly had a 20-point lead in that first half against Florida Southern. It was really stunning, to be there at that game and watch that crowd. They were in absolutely disbelief, but obviously, Florida Southern's a well-coached team, and they came back to battle back and unfortunately, edged out the Lions in that one. But yeah, I mean, the men's team, they've been on a different path these last, couple of weeks, and they've been playing a lot better as of late. Just getting a lot more production out of different guys. Pop and Gom has been playing out of his mind, really. He's really come into that big forward that is such a great rebounder and defensive shot blocker. You see so many guys, in this league, like a Slinky Jones, that have just really kind of transformed into that role, and they flourish in it. And that's kind of what Pop has turned into in these, later stages. Obviously, Kyron's been phenomenal. Then you got, Gintaris and Danny Duarte, jumping off the bench, just knocking down 3-pointers left and right is really, open up their door offensively.
And, they're going to have their hands full tonight with Anthony Gamble coming in, who just put up 38 points in his last contest, including 10 made threes. In fact, I believe his career high for threes in the game was 12, so, I mean, he can really fill it up. So seeing he and Kyron kind of go at it tonight should be a great contest. So we ask you guys to stick around for that one as the Spartans hold off the Lions here in our first contest to win 63-48 as Stacia Titer and Nagy each finish with 20 apiece, combining for 40 between the two of them. In route 2, the Spartans win. So we thank you for tuning into this one. We ask that you stick around for that men's game up next. And once again, final score, Spartans 63, Lions 48.